In the year 2563, Earth is recovering from a devastating conflict known as the Fall. High above the planet, suspended by advanced technology, floats the magnificent city of Salem, while below it lies the gritty and impoverished Iron City. Connecting these two worlds is a massive tube, extending from the factory in Iron City to Salem itself. In the heart of Iron City, Dr. Dyson Ito, portrayed by Christoph Waltz, stumbles upon a discarded female cyborg core that possesses a functional brain and core heart but lacks a body and limbs. With the assistance of a dedicated nurse, Ito embarks on the challenging task of rebuilding this cyborg. The revived entity awakens with no recollection of her past, and, in her absence of a name, Ito names her Alita. It becomes evident that Alita's original brain interfaces seamlessly with her new robotic body, enabling her to control her fingers and even experience sensory pleasures, such as her newfound love for the taste of an orange. As the story unfolds, we learn that Ito's deceased daughter was also named Alita, referred to as real Alita from Iran. The robotic body Alita now inhabits was originally crafted for Ito's late daughter, who was confined to a wheelchair. Tragically, real Alita never had the chance to use this body, as she was killed during a violent break-in at Ito's clinic by a cyber robber in search of drugs. Chiron, Ito's partner, and real Alita's mother, also hailed from Salem, but they were cast out to Iron City. Following the loss of her daughter, Chiron's sole aspiration is to return to Salem. In pursuit of this dream, she aligns herself with Vector, the enigmatic overseer of Iron City's motorball competition. Vector holds the power, granted by the Salem scientist Nova, to send individuals to Salem, with the promise of this reward serving as Chiron's motivation. The victor of the motorball competition, managed by Vector, secures a ticket to Salem. Alita forms a deep connection with a young man named Hugo, who shares the same aspiration of ascending to Salem. Hugo also reveals his ambition to become a hunter-warrior, a class of bounty hunters in Iron City who collect bounties by neutralizing criminals. He introduces Alita to the popular local sport of motorball. Though Alita initially struggles and faces ridicule, her competitive spirit surfaces, and she eventually excels, scoring a goal in the motorball game. However, Alita's life takes a significant turn when she discovers that Dr. Ito is a hunter-warrior during a nighttime encounter with three formidable cyborg foes. In a bid to protect her mentor, Alita instinctively engages in combat and uncovers her remarkable proficiency in an ancient martial art known as Panzerkunst. As the battle unfolds, Alita experiences fleeting flashbacks of her previous life on Mars, where she once served as a powerful warrior under the Code 99. With this newfound awareness, she eliminates two of her assailants and gravely injures the third, a menacing cyborg named Gruishka, who withdraws but vows to return and exact his revenge. Despite her burgeoning combat skills, Dr. Ito discourages Alita from pursuing the path of a hunter-warrior. Upon recognizing Alita's extraordinary abilities, Vector and Chiron receive orders from Nova to eliminate her. Nova assures Chiron that she will be permitted to return to Salem if she carries out this mission. It is subsequently revealed that Gruishka is in the employ of Vector and Chiron. Vector conscripts Hugo and his associates to engage in illicit activities, involving the theft of cyborg body parts, which are then used to repair and upgrade Gruishka. Vector dangles the promise of sending Hugo to Salem once he amasses a sufficient number of credits through these nefarious deeds. One fateful day, Hugo and his accomplices lure Alita to a remote forest outside Iron City, where they come across an abandoned spacecraft dating back to the time of the Fall. Venturing inside, Alita unearths a berserker warrior cyborg body, which she attempts to bring back with her. Dr. Ito, however, vehemently opposes the idea of installing Alita in this body, hoping to provide her with a chance at a different life that does not involve warfare. Disappointed and defiant, Alita rebels by registering herself as a hunter-warrior. In her determination to confront Gruishka, Alita teams up with Hugo to seek assistance from the hunter-warriors at the Kansas bar. Their pleas are met with rejection, as Gruishka is not a wanted target, and there is no monetary gain to be had by pursuing him. A confrontation with Zappin, another hunter-warrior, takes a dark turn, culminating in a humiliating defeat for him at the hands of Alita. In response, Alita challenges all the other hunter-warriors in a massive brawl that is only halted when Dr. Ito arrives to intervene. Simultaneously, an upgraded Gruishka launches an assault on the bar, inciting a fierce rematch with Alita. Despite her valor and martial arts proficiency, Gruishka severely damages Alita's body with his bladed appendages before being driven off by Ito and another hunter warrior. Faced with no alternative, Ito installs Alita in the berserker body, which seamlessly integrates with her being. Vector, realizing the formidable challenge Alita poses, arranges a motorball competition with the specific instruction that all participants are to eliminate her in exchange for a substantial sum of credits. At the same time, he encourages Hugo to enroll Alita in the motorball contest. Hugo believes that, by winning, they can both ascend to Zalem. Empowered by her new body's enhanced capabilities, Alita registers herself for a motorball tryout race as per Hugo's request. It is revealed that all the other contestants are fellow hunter warriors and cyborgs hired by Vector to eliminate her. In the midst of the deadly race, Alita vanquishes her rivals and advances to the final round. As the climactic showdown approaches, it is discovered that Zappen seeks revenge against Hugo and Alita. After capturing Hugo and his friend Tanji in the act of stealing cyborg parts, Zappen kills Tanji and frames Hugo for the murder of the cyborg. This places a bounty on Hugo's head, compelling all hunter warriors to hunt him down. While Alita is engaged in the motorball competition, Hugo embarks on a desperate escape from Zappen. Hugo urgently contacts Alita, instructing her to meet him at the abandoned church. After Alita successfully dispatches her motorball opponents, she rushes to the church to confront Zappen and learn the truth about Hugo's actions. In a tragic turn of events, Zappen mortally wounds Hugo, and it is Chirin who intervenes, saving his life by decapitating him and employing Alita's heart to preserve his brain. Infuriated, Zappen lashes out at Chirin, leading to a violent confrontation where Alita ultimately disfigures him. Dr. Ito manages to preserve Hugo's life by transplanting his head onto a cyborg body. It is then revealed that the promise Hugo believed in, that of accumulating 1 million credits to ascend to Zalem, was a fabrication concocted by Vector. Iron City's citizens are barred from entering Zalem, rendering this ambition unattainable. Alita embarks on a quest to confront Vector, who discloses the grim fate of Chirin, whose organs and body parts have been earmarked for transportation to Zalem. This is the sole means by which the people of Iron City can access Zalem. In a final face-off, Alita confronts Gruishka once more in Vector's office, defeating him before turning her attention to Vector himself. It is revealed that Vector has been under the mental influence of Nova, the enigmatic scientist residing in Zalem. Alita makes a vow to Nova, swearing to avenge Hugo's death and admonishing him for underestimating her capabilities. In the midst of the chaos, Hugo makes a desperate attempt to reach Zalem, scaling a factory tube. Alita, in her motorball attire, pursues him to prevent his ascent. A massive spiked ring dispatched by Nova plummets down the tube, leading to the loss of Hugo's body. In a heart-wrenching moment, Alita manages to grasp Hugo's remaining arm, ultimately using her sword to anchor herself to the tube. With his remaining moments, Hugo bids her farewell, leaving Alita clutching his severed arm, devastated but resolute in her determination to honor his memory. The movie concludes with Alita emerging as the star athlete of the motorball tournament, with the cheering crowd as her witness. As she points her sword towards Zalem, the film closes with the omnipotent Nova watching from above, signaling the beginning of Alita's quest to challenge the status quo and seek justice in the dystopian world of Iron City. Thanks for watching. Ensure you subscribe and check these recommendations.